Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of FSI DFS Major League Baseball coverage. Mike Ruler 31 here, joined with McKinley 412. It's nice that our schedules worked out, that both of us could actually be together for once, and we've got a massive slate to cover here. It's a 15-game slate on Friday night, last day of April. Can't believe the whole month is over already, and it looks like it's going to be starting at 7:05. So it looks like a very normal slate, jam-packed with pitchers, with hitters. Only couple weather concerns that we see at this point when we're recording is that Boston, Texas, there's about 20 to 30% chance of rain. In Cincinnati, the wind will be blowing out at 13 miles per hour in the Great American Small Park, as McKinley calls it. And the Yankees game, the wind will be blowing out 20 miles per hour to right field. So definitely helps some batters there. So lots of choices for pitchers, and we've got some studs going. So I think probably start first with Garrett Cole. So what are your thoughts on him, McKinley?
Yeah, I mean, he's on fire this season. He's got a 42% K rate this season, and now he's going up against Detroit, who has the highest K rate as a team in the entire league. So it's kind of a match made in heaven right there. He's had phenomenal control. He's only got 3 walks this entire season.
Wow.
If you compare that to Bieber's got 13 walks, so 4 times as many walks. I really think this slate, you're going to be picking either both Bieber or Cole. It's going to be tough to jam both of them in. So you're going to kind of be picking one. They both have similar K rates. Bieber is going against the White Sox, and he had a complete game 3-hit shutout against them with 11 Ks. So he's in another phenomenal spot. Cole's in a phenomenal spot. It's just going to kind of be which one's your preference. If I had to pick, I would go Cole over Bieber.
But that's right now. It's going to go a long ways for you.
It's not even a salary. Like $200 is whatever. I just like the matchup better. Because, who knows? The White Sox, they can have a random home run here or there, but I don't have any concerns about Detroit. And I think Cole's going to have more strikeouts. But that's right now. Who knows? Maybe as we get closer to slate, my mind will change. Something will creep up, lineups come out. And
does the win concern you at all about Cole?
Yeah, slightly, but I just don't think that Detroit's really going to get solid contact at all. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not concerned because he doesn't walk anybody. So it's not like they're going to get any free base runners. So even if he does let up like a solo home run, we're talking about 1 run. They're probably not going to be stringing hits together here.
And he's not like Max Scherzer, who has the propensity of giving up 2 or 3 home runs in a game either. So
no. So.
Well, we also have Yu Darvish on the slate too. He's a $1,000 gift card discount down from Garrett Cole at 9.5 against San Francisco. San Diego's a decent pitcher's park usually. I guess if they were in either park, it wouldn't really matter there. What are your thoughts on him?
I think he's another phenomenal play. He's arguably been just as good as Cole. Maybe even Bieber as well, apart from 1 inning on opening day. And that 1 inning is just so ingrained in my mind because I was so heavy on Darvish that day. I was way overweight on him. And he was cruising through the game, and then the 5th inning hit, and it just was disaster. But apart from that 1 inning meltdown, he's allowed 1 or fewer runs in every single start. And that's 2 games against the Dodgers. And against San Francisco, and who they've done well. So he could go overlooked with the Bieber and Cole above him. So I think he's a great play. Like you say, he gives you a $1,000 discount. So maybe you can jam in Cole and Darvish, and it won't be as restricting on the bats. But, I mean, it's still going to be tough. But GPP play, I think he's phenomenal.
Did something go wrong with the DK algorithm that John Means from the Baltimore Orioles is the 4th most expensive pitcher at 8.8?
I mean, is he good now? He's posted 3 games over 25 DK points. Like, he's had a good season. 25 innings, 0.72 ERA.
Is he an essential good player on a bad team? Like, I mean, the Marlins had I think like Dontrell Willis, like back in the day, really
Tom
good,
Trollo's.
but
Yeah,
a very, very good pitcher on a team that struggled.
yeah. I mean, I have no interest in means here. I'm
I'm
not going
not
to be.
saying by any means that he is Dontrell Willis, but
But yeah, it's definitely strange that he's priced up there. You got Peralta right with him there,
true.
and I don't like Peralta either in this spot.
Well,
If you
they're
look
playing the Dodgers.
they're playing the Dodgers. If you look at Peralta and I mean, first off, who is he? He's a strikeout pitcher,
Right.
and that's
Not
really
don't
all.
strike out. They have
And they
probably
don't strike out,
yeah.
and that's all of Peralta's DFS production, really. So like, if he's not striking out, batters are hitting him hard. So let me see. I think it's righties against Peralta this season have a 429 BABIP. So if they're not striking out, they're hitting them hard. So I don't have any interest on him here. His one saving grace for his scoring is going to kind of be neutralized by the Dodger bats.
Okay. So in this range too, here you have McCullers, Stroman, Yarbrough. Like McCullers and Yarbrough are against each other.
Yeah, I'm not on either one of those guys. McCullers, I don't expect him to go too deep. Yarbrough, same thing. Stroman, he's a solid cash play.
It's a part downgrade though. The game's in Philly and not at the Mets, but still. Was Harper back in the lineup tonight? I didn't catch that. I know he got
no, he's day to day at the moment.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still amazed that he didn't.
Yeah, I wish him the best. That was scary.
That was insane how he just kind of popped right back up. I'd be down crying if that happened to me. So I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stroman. The only thing with Stroman is he doesn't have strikeout. I mean, he is a sub 20% strikeout pitcher in his career. So like he limits damage, but other than that, no. I'm gonna be jamming in those top guys and then kind of be looking down in the order. A guy like Lopez, maybe. Okay. He's been pretty dominant.
There is a discrepancy of who's pitching for Washington, correct? John Lester is scheduled, but he's got the big red O on DraftKings next to him.
Yeah.
In some places it's saying Ross. So
yes, we don't know who it is, but I'm glad you brought them up because Miami is injured. Their batters are just like they're having a major injury bug. They got Marte's out, Alfaro, Chisholm, Anderson. They're all on the IL. And then you got Cooper and Dickerson, both day to day. So who knows if they're going to be in the lineup tomorrow? I mean, that's what
Wednesday I played
six guys.
I played them in the early slate, and then I played them in Showdown, and I looked at it and I'm just like, I knew there was a bunch of guys out, and then you got even more guys out in the game. Like you looked at your score on DK and it's day to day. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah. So they're struggling here. Projected lineup, you could get a 2.2K guy in the cleanup spot. He's hitting terribly. I probably still won't play him, but you just never know.
He's got to roll out of the dugout in a chariot with a sword and everything. Magnesius
Sierra, right? So yeah, I'm probably still not going to be on.
So it could be Lester tomorrow. Lester's on the COVID list right now. He did throw a simulated bullpen session on Tuesday, so looks like they're trying to get him stretched out and back. So I think it's just going to be a call in the day if he's ready or not. If not, it's Joe Ross. But so if we're dumpster diving, then either one of them you think against the Marlins matchup.
Yeah, just because of how banged up the Marlins are.
Okay.
Yeah. And then two other pitchers I just kind of want to highlight here, lower in the tier, just to get some value on your radar. Singer for KC, the kid's a stud.
I know we were in a game last time out. Not many people were on him. You cored him, I remember, and he did really well.
Yeah, we cored him, and he was phenomenal for us. He put up 32 against Detroit. Now going against Minnesota here, way different team. They don't strike out as much. They have a lot more offensive potential than Detroit.
Yeah, potential is a key word there because they really haven't been putting it together this year.
Mm-hmm. But like Singer's also played Toronto and the Angels so far this year, and he put up 22 and 17 against them. So at 7K, if he puts up 17 to 22 points, I'd be happy with that. Especially if it means that I can jam in that pitching, one of the pitching studs at the top, and it can get me some nice bats. So Singer, I don't mind. The other guy, and this is GPP only, but Heaney, actually. His strikeout rate this season is 36%. He's striking out people at a clip he has never done before. So he's going to regress, but he's still going. It's a high K rate, and he's going against a Seattle team that's a top 5 strikeout team against lefties.
And he's facing a pitcher that gives up a lot of runs and flexing too. So the win there.
Yep. So he's definitely got win potential going on there. He's got a high strikeout potential going on there, and he's sub 7,000. So definitely in play for me. I think he should be on people's radars. I'm not saying I'm going to him in cash at all, but he's definitely going to be on my radar for sure.
Okay, one other guy I want to kind of throw out there for you that I don't know about this one. It's going to be 96 degrees. I don't know if the roof is going to be open or closed, but still, we have Madison Bumgarder. He's facing Colorado. Colorado is horrendous outside of Coors Field. And even in Coors Field this year, Colorado has not been great. They lost to Arenado. Blackman has been cold. The bottom of this lineup has been pretty much Rocky Mountain ice cold. So any interest there? I mean, his last 2 games have been decent.
Yeah, I mean, he had that unofficial no-hitter, 7 innings last game. And like you said, the game before that, he did very well there too. So we started the season just like targeting this guy like crazy, and it was working. And all of a sudden, I don't know what's happened. But like you said, he's going up against Colorado. They statistically
Matt Harvey renaissance year.
Yeah. Colorado statistically is the worst run producing offense as the road team so far this season. So he's intriguing. 7.9K. He's been at 7.9K for 3 weeks now, 4 consecutive starts.
Yeah, but like 3-4 years ago, he was like a 10, 11K pitcher. He was like the man. So
yeah, he's all those injuries, just getting older. So, I mean, yeah, he should be on people's radars. But
so lots of choices, basically.
I'm not sold yet because he is going against Colorado. That's definitely like put him on the radar as being a solid option. But if he was going against, I don't know, Oakland, I wouldn't be on him.
Okay, so let's talk some bats here. So I think let's look at the Yankees first. We're going to take the pitcher there. They've been a hot commodity recently because for some reason they have been so underpriced, especially on FanDuel. Like the pricing on this team is just incredibly low, it seems. And yes, they have been underproducing, but I don't know if it merits some of the prices that we've been seeing on them recently. And what you're able to get if this team does. Judge is still day-to-day. I don't know if he'll be back, and Voigt's still on the IL. So I think it's been nice how they traded Talkman to San Francisco, and I put notes on our Discord. Like he's been 2K, and definitely he's a good player. Just the Yankees just didn't have any room for him with like all the guys that they have for first base. So I believe he was going to get Rule 5 if they tried to put him down. So they traded him for San Francisco for a bag of balls, and I think there's somebody else involved in the deal too. But that clears the space for Wade and Ford and some of these other like reasonably priced Yankees that have some talent to get into the game. And they're facing a Detroit pitcher who's not great with wind blowing out 20 miles per hour. So you like them?
Love them. They're probably my top option here for bats. If not,
plus they get a lefty. They get the lefty. Actually, this
exactly. I was gonna say you got the mirror image or something there, but yeah, I mean they're my favorite team, if not the 1B team. I like Toronto too. We'll get into those guys a little bit later. But yeah, they're going against Screwball.
Buffalo, right?
Do
Do you like the matchup, or you like the fact that they're going to be playing behind you eventually?
Oh no, I like the matchup. I like the matchup. I mean, it is exciting. They are coming to Buffalo here. So, but yeah, but back to the Yankees here. They're facing Screwball. He's got major control issues, just with his walk rate. He's got home run problems as well. Like you said, the wind's blowing out 20 miles an hour, and he's a lefty. Righties are just demolishing him. Righties against Screwball this season have a 400 WOBA, a 350 ISO, and the Yankees line, all their big bats, essentially their entire line is just right-handed hitters.
You know who one of my favorite guys who will probably be in the lineup is Higgy, the catcher.
Higashioka?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's had some serious boom games.
He's going to hit a home run tomorrow.
That's your home run call?
Yes.
I like it. Yeah. He's got games of 0, 17, 0, 23, 0, 0, 0, 30. So
watch him throw in like Chirinos, who I see is on the roster now too. Like it just completely like throw us off.
For sure.
Be ready for lefty anyways.
But no, those Yankees bats, they should hit at least 3 home runs tomorrow, I think. So they're definitely a top option there. Other team, Toronto.
Okay.
They're facing Smiley, who also he's had some serious home run issues this season. I think he's given up 6 home runs so far in just 3 starts. And they're playing in Florida. So remember, Toronto's still down in Florida. Small park there, and that park's been letting out a lot of home runs. I checked it right before the video. 3rd most home runs per game so far this season.
And they have like Springer back in that lineup. Like they're really coming together.
I wish Toronto had more lefties, but I mean, Smiley's been struggling.
Is he reverse splits? Because he is a lefty, so the righty bats would be the split we'd be looking for.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to look into that one a little bit more. But regardless,
yeah,
I mean,
they hit.
They've been hitting the ball out of the park. So give me Toronto, give me the Yankees as the 2 top teams for the day.
So we made fun of it a little bit before in the pitching part of it, but the Great American Small Park, a little bit of wind blowing out there. Cincinnati Cubs. You like any of them?
Not really. I mean, you could make a case. Like both pitchers are doing well this season. Was it Arrieta and Smiley? They've both been all right. Nothing too exciting. Obviously, I don't know. I think
it's fair enough. On a 14-game slate, there's some places where you normally would go and be like, this is a gold mine, but tonight, you know what? It's just another dish on the buffet. So.
And like with the 14-game slate, like ownerships are going to be super spread out. I still think like the Yankees are going to be crazy popular just with their fan base. It's an early game.
And that comes into play a lot in DFS, and I don't understand like how the
people want the action right away. They don't want to wait.
Yeah, people want to see their stuff play, but then there are people too that I know that get upset if they don't have a late game hammer. So they'll purposely try to put somebody, even though the matchups are horrible, just so they have a late, because they think it's going to make a huge difference. But mathematically, you could score the most amount of points within the first couple of games or the last games. It doesn't matter. Pick the best matchups. But I mean, if it makes it more enjoyable for the player to like spread out their roster time so they can watch players throughout the evening or whatever, then that makes sense too. But
all right. Yeah, I mean they're great GPP plays, I think. Just because there should be runs scored. Small ballpark. Great American Ballpark, I think, actually was number 1 or number 2 on the list in the home runs per game category. So
I assume that the Mets are going to be in a pretty good situation. Chase Anderson, doesn't he give up some hard contact?
Yeah, I can't believe we're talking about the Mets again. They have burned me so many times this season. They have the worst runs scored per game in the entire league per game. But they got to make up for it at some point, right? Like this offense.
There's so much potential in this lineup. It's not like I guess we've been saying that for a couple of years, but before it's been injuries. They're healthy now, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just some bad luck, but like you said, Anderson, he got some hard contact. He had an ugly last season.
It's a hitter's park upgrade, though. I mean, they do play in a stadium that is not conducive for offense. I mean, it's not like as bad as like the old Detroit Tiger Stadium was back in the day, or San Diego before they moved the walls in. But
yeah,
still,
that old Detroit park, I forgot about it. Like 420 out to center.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I only know that from video games playing growing up. But yeah, Anderson, he's letting up a line drive rate of 35% to lefties. Now, line drive percentage, maybe you guys don't follow it. Your average pitcher allows like a 20% line drive rate, so 35% is insane. And line drives are kind of like they call it the death to pitchers, because it's like runs per out. Line drives is like 10 times higher than fly balls or whatever. So line drive rate, definitely something you got to be looking at if you're really deep diving into the analytics. Like I said, he's nearly double the MLB average. So I love the Mets lefties here. But again, they just can't seem to get anything going this season for some reason.
And again, it's a big slate. So I'm just going to ask you, if like flat out here, the classic offenses: Houston, Boston, Dodgers. Houston and the Dodgers burned us both today. I mean, they look like they're in great situations, but nothing happened. I normally say the White Sox, but they're up against a decent pitcher, so I'm going to cross them off the list. Angels and Padres. So it's pretty much your West Coast teams here: Angels, Padres, Dodgers, Houston, Red Sox. Any of those
the West Coast Red Sox. Yeah.
What's that?
The West Coast Red Sox. Yeah.
Okay. I said most of them.
Yeah, of those teams, I'd lean the Dodgers.
Okay. So there will be some redemption.
Yeah. So I kind of highlighted it earlier on in the video. Peralta, they're going against Peralta. Willie Peralta, he's a heavy K pitcher. That's really how he gets his numbers in DFS. But if you take away the strikeouts, you see he allows a lot of hard contact. The Dodgers, they don't strike out too much. They're not like the best team, but they're better than average at not striking out. And like I said earlier, righties against Peralta this season, when they're not striking out, are hitting 429 against him.
The only thing that concerns me a little bit here is Milwaukee has the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. So
really?
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow. It kind of shocks me there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
right now, I mean, a lot can change. It's early in the season, but
yeah, I'd still lean the Dodgers. Even with that information, obviously regression's coming. They're not going to be hitting 429 off of Peralta all season. But I like their ownership is going to be even lower than it already would be on a 14-game slate.
Based on
just because people see the pitcher Peralta and be like, oh, he's better than over half the pitchers on this slate, so I'm going to go target.
Have you ever heard of the Dodgers pitcher, Mitch White?
Is it White or is it Vesia?
It says Mitch White here, but maybe, I don't know. It's
DK's got Vesia,
okay.
Who is not good.
Okay. It's strange to hear like pitcher and not good in Dodgers in like the same paragraph or sentence.
Yeah. I mean, they just brought this guy up. I was just doing some career stats on the guy earlier tonight, and he's had some struggles for sure.
Does that put you on Milwaukee at all?
I mean, if you want to. Like I said, it's a 14-game slate. You can highlight.
Right, but we're going to need some value if we're going up for those pitchers. Like, I haven't looked at the pricing. I know Wong's usually up there, but Vogelbach batting second is usually pretty reasonable. Navarez is a catcher. Batting third isn't bad. Shaw, Jackie Bradley Jr. strikes out a lot, but if he does get on, he's got a lot of speed.
I mean, Milwaukee definitely is cheap.
And then Taylor, he's been a DFS darling the last week. He's been anywhere from 2 to 2.4. He has hit a home run and scored some points.
Yeah, two home runs. So, yeah, I mean, Milwaukee's definitely there. Dodgers have a great bullpen.
True.
So, and because their starter, Vesia, I don't see him going like more than 4 innings. It's probably going to be a lot of bullpen game for the Dodgers.
So like maybe 1 to 2 times through the lineup, you're saying?
Yeah. So that'd be my main concern with Milwaukee bats. But I mean, definitely. I mean, if you need that savings, they're definitely in play there.
Any other hitting situations that you really like?
Baltimore. You just never know what Baltimore is going to do. They're going against Mike Fierce for Oakland. This is his first start, coming back from injury. They weren't sure if he was going to start, but he's in play. I got no clue what he's going to be looking like. I don't know how long he's going to go. But yeah, Baltimore can provide that value for you as well. I know I've been on them in previous slates this week. So always a fan favorite of mine.
You know who I really like tomorrow for value, and I think they're in a good situation, is Arizona.
I knew it. I was just going to say Arizona.
They have so many injuries on this team, just like the Marlins, but the guys that have come in seem to be better. Voit as a catcher, he's 3.9, which is a little bit more than sometimes I'd like to pay for a catcher, but he's got the split advantage. Smith is usually leading off. Rojas, Cabrera. I mean, he was just a couple years ago, like he was with the Mets, and then he went to Washington. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
He was always someone that was always a really good hitter. Even Amand, Van Meter, he was on Cincinnati, and remember he was a decent leadoff hitter. He's hitting up close to the top of the order too at 2.6. I think there's some. I'm not saying full on stack here, but if you do get an expensive pitcher, or if you're trying to get 2 guys in that are up there, if 3 guys here, 4 guys here, and a 4-man, 5-man stack someplace else, I think it helps.
Yeah.
Plus they have the highest implied run total for the game at 11. Every other game is at like 9.5 or below.
Like over under. Yeah.
They don't have specific run totals yet that I've seen, but like the total for the game is 11, and I don't think it's on the Colorado side. So
no, yeah, absolutely. Arizona definitely there. They're going against Gray. He's been all right. He's been amazing in Coors Field somehow. I think he's averaging like 25 DK points a start in Coors Field this season. So yeah, I think just to kind of like wrap things up here, we don't want to go too long, but you're just going to kind of pick Bieber or Cole. I just don't think there's a good way of jamming both of them in at their salary. You do that, you get 3.6 left. So it's going to be pick one of them and then kind of go middle of the pack. You could, if I jam in Darvish here. No, I just did it again. Whatever. So Bieber, Cole, I think pick one of them. Darvish, fantastic GPP play. Yankees, Toronto, and then just like throw in maybe some value one-offs as you can find some savings there. Like the Miami guy who might be cleaning up fourth in the order, Sierra.
Magnesius.
Yes, your guy. So
I just like the name. I don't know anything about him. He could be the worst DFS player ever.
And he just might be. He just
has the coolest name so far.
Magneuris Sierra, batting a whopping 118 this season. Yeah.
Again, I like the name.
You plug in him and just kind of plug in those Yankees bats, plug in those Toronto bats, and maybe just some one-offs with some value, and I think you're going to be sitting good.
Good. Okay, well, it was nice having you with me tonight and a chance to both break down the slate together. And as the weekend comes, TK and I have NASCAR, so we'll see if we can coordinate our schedules, but at least one of us will be providing coverage for the weekend slates. So appreciate everybody watching and tuning in. To help us keep this free stuff coming to you, if you could just give us a like, leave us some comments. We've really enjoyed interacting with you in the chat with the comments here or on Twitter. Some of you have reached out to us with questions, comments, things like that. So again, we enjoy the interaction. We're here to help you, and want more information about our company and all the other free things that we offer, go to fsidfs.com and you can check us out there, join our Discord. We do offer premium packages for lots of sports, but we also offer a lot of free things for many sports. And we're just primarily here to help you enjoy playing DFS and being able to help manage your bankroll and be able to hopefully continue to grow it. And so, it's a long game, be able to grind out some profit and continue to enjoy playing this. So any last words of wisdom, McKinley?
No, I'm just excited for the Mets to lose me money again. So.
Okay. Okay. Well, thanks again for watching. Again, give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.